Hey everybody, welcome to day 11 on our countdown to Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary. So today, one of my favorite appetizers that's probably on property. I'm going to head over to Disney Springs. I'm going to do some Morimoto ribs. Now yes, we're going to do it a little different, and you're going to see something that you haven't seen if you've been watching this channel. So today, we're going to have some fun. Let's go. Okay, so we have our ribs. I took the membrane off. All you do, folks, is for the membrane to come off is hold it like this, peel underneath, peel it straight up, and it should come off on both sides. What we're doing right now is our marinade, and I'm going to marinade with the bone side up. It's up to you which way you'd like to go for that. Okay, so to start with this, I'm going to add one white onion. I actually have baby back ribs. It should be spare ribs, but that's what I have in my house today, so I'm going to go with the baby backs. Spare ribs are going to give you a little bit more meat, and of course you're going to have a larger size. So, but the measurements that I'm giving you would be for either one. So we have our onions in, garlic. I like to either use the puree of garlic or really just take the garlic cloves and throw it into a food processor and really get it into like a paste. And that would be about a 1/4 cup or 2 heads of garlic. Same thing with the ginger. Now ginger you could do sliced, you don't have to do the paste, but for me it was just easier. I had the machine out, and I'd like to do the paste. And again, the same amount. So a 1/4 cup of ginger, 1/4 cup of garlic. We're going to do a 1/4 cup of cooking wine. This is rice wine. You don't have to use rice wine. Just remember, whenever you're using cooking wine, it should be the same wine that you want to drink. So we're going to pour this right over, and that'll go over. Now you can use, I just need about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. What this is going to do is actually going to, as everything cooks and marinates, and you cook it at such a low temperature, the oil helps actually penetrate everything inside. Alright, now for the key one. I'm going to move this out of the way for a second. And this. What is this? This is tamarind. Okay, and tamarind paste actually. Tamarind paste is a Middle Eastern Asian fruit. It's going to add so much flavor to everything. But let's say you can't find this. You'll find it easily in Asian markets. But if you cannot find tamarind paste, you can replace this with brown sugar and lime juice. I'm gonna put up in the Facebook page the exact measurements. I'm going to put this whole recipe up there, but I'm actually going to do the measurements for the replacement with lime juice and brown sugar. Basically, you're looking for the acid. Second thing though, when you're using tamarind paste, the key thing that I've seen some people that they just don't know, and hey, people don't tell you. 2 to 1, you have to dilute it. So this is 1 cup of tamarind paste. And I'm going to be adding 2 cups of boiling water to it. Okay, I'll put this here. And you just want that to dilute. Okay, so now you see that this actually became into this dark, thick paste. Okay, pull this back here. And this is your magic sauce. So that's what's going to go right around there. Use a rubber spatula, pull it all out. Okay, get that mixed in with your onions and your garlic and your ginger. Key thing is make sure you have thyme. And I don't mean the herb. I'm talking about actual thyme. Because you need to cook this at 250 degrees for 3 hours. Nice and slow. And then we'll do it. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to do different. Wrap it. Let's go. Alright, so this is where we're going. So I'm at 265. I'm set for 250. And let's go right to here. There we go, folks. So I'm going to set a timer for this and we'll be back. Alright, so ribs are out on the grill. That's going to take some time. So at this point, I'm going to make the actual sauce. So, all right. So to start, we're going to do half a cup of Hoisin sauce. Hoisin sauce is basically just a barbecue sauce. It adds tons of great flavor. Has some beautiful spices. Molasses is actually in here, so that works out well for any types of these types of sauces, I should say. Okay, and from that we need 10 ounces or about 10 ounces of sweet chili sauce. Oh, let me show it to you first. This is a sweet chili sauce that I'm using. It's a mild, nothing crazy. Again, can be found everywhere. Don't worry about the brand. This bottle happens to be 10 ounces. So how beautiful does that work out for me? Right? So 10 ounces here. And let's face it, what is the chili sauce? It's basically just sugar, and it's another way of lightening up the punch. We're going to add a 1/4 cup of sugar. All right. So at this point, I know I'm using that. I want to give this a mix. I want to incorporate all of this in before we go into the final couple of ingredients. So I really want that sugar in there to dissolve into the barbecue sauce or the hoisin sauce and the chili. Okay, because the next one that we're going to add is rice wine vinegar. We're actually going to be adding a 1/4 cup of rice wine vinegar, and all these ingredients can go in any order. There's nothing special. However you guys want to do it. I just like to get these all incorporated and mixed, because like you see right now, the vinegar is sitting on the top of this mixture, and that's why I wanted to mix the sugar in and really get this incorporated. But remember, this is going to sit, and as it sits, everything will get nicely mixed together. Do or do not, up to you, fish sauce. A lot of people don't use it. I use it often in a lot of recipes. We're going to add 1 tablespoon. Let's see here. 1. And I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of fish sauce. Which brand? Up to you. Go to the Asian market. Ask them. I always get the one with the 3 crabs on it, because that's the one I've always used. And then soy. So you can replace with tamari if you'd like, light soy, regular soy, thick soy, up to you. Get it in there, and there's our sauce, folks. Now look at it already. I mean, think about it. So when the ribs come, look at how that color is just basically coating the spatula. It's gonna be delicious. Okay, so 3 hours. Look at that. Oh, these ribs look delicious, folks. The smell. Alright, but enough talking. Let's get, I'm going to flip these over real quick in here. Oh, this looks delicious. Absolutely fine. So you want to put this down on skin side, right? With the bones facing up. Okay. Just like that. Wow, this really came out delicious. Alright, now you're just going to cut through 3 bones. Just leaving the meat hanging on the sides. This is so tender. And I'm just going to put this onto a rack And the key for this is you want it to dry. You want everything as dry as possible. So look at these ribs. Just gonna put these onto the, very carefully, because so much of it is trying to fall off. Look at that. Look at that guy. Alright, so the ribs have been dried off. Okay, they're perfectly dry. And now you're going to add them into cornstarch. Remember, they're tender, so you want to be careful with them. But you're just going to roll them around in cornstarch, and you want to get as much on there as possible. But at the same time, you're just dredging them. So get that right in there. Okay. And little pieces are going to fall off, folks. But that's exactly how you want them. Just covered nicely, just like that. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of these one by one. And then we'll go over. I have oil on the stove, getting hot. I want my oil to be at like 350 for this. All right, our oil's at 350 degrees, and our ribs are nice and covered in the cornstarch. The key thing here, you're going to add them in right away, but you do not want to overcrowd the pan because they will cool down the temperature. Remember, whenever you're adding anything to oil, the temperature is actually going to lower at this point. Something that always I do is I actually like to move things as soon as they go into the oil, just so I know that they're not sticking. There's no right way or wrong way to be doing this. All you're doing is frying them up. You get all of the cornstarch is going to add so much texture to the actual ribs. You remember, you saw them when they were falling directly off the bone. And remember that sauce? So I took the sauce out. It's at room temperature right now. You could heat it up if you'd like, but the hotness from the ribs going into this, gonna go in there, beautiful. All right, so the ribs are 90% done. There they are, nice and crispy, golden brown. Gonna get this last one out of here, and we'll go right into the sauce. All right, so we have our sauce, we have our ribs. Just gonna drop them right into the pool. Give them a nice good coating onto there. I'm throwing these onto the side for now. You could go right to your platter or your plate. Let's see. These are nice and hot. And depends, folks, on how much you want the sauce. I mean, you could just dip them halfway. You could dip them all the way. But this is that Hussein barbecue sauce with the sweet chili, the sugar. You can smell it, so aromatic. And here we go. Three there. Go across this way. And that guy. There you go, folks. Morimoto's ribs. Can't wait for this one. Gotta give it a taste. Alright, so folks, I hope you enjoyed so far. We got Morimoto's wonderful sticky, crunchy ribs. Here we go. Oh. Wow. Such intense flavor. You know, they're sticky. So, you gotta lick it off your fingers. Such a level of flavor, such tenderness. Now remember, you didn't have to do this on a grill like I did outside. In the oven, 250, 2.5, 3 hours. I did baby back ribs. You can use the larger spare ribs. The key thing is, once it's cooked, all you do is hit it with that cornstarch into the oil. Beautiful marinade, the sauce that we have. Enjoy this. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Tell your friends, tell your friends. Till next time.